Years ago, the most feared criminals would be bank robbers. But today a kid can steal a bank vault's worth of money sitting in his bedroom. That is if he has the right hacking skills. Some hackers have stolen millions of dollars, caused chaos, and even changed the world. But how did they do it? And how did the FBI track them down and catch them? Twitter hackers. On the 31st of July 2020, Twitter went into total meltdown. All of a sudden, it seemed like every big Twitter account was being hacked. Many huge accounts, for example former President Barack Obama, were hacked. And it's thought all of the hacked tweets reached around 2 billion people. All of the tweets said this same message: "I'm giving back to my community due to COVID-19. All Bitcoin sent to my address will be sent back doubled. If you send back $1,000, I'll send back 2,000. They included a Bitcoin wallet address and said, "Only doing this for the next 30 minutes. Enjoy." On the surface, this may seem like a pretty clear scam, but because it came from many very trusted and rich people, many believed it. I traced the Bitcoin wallet address and found they made over $100,000. So, who was behind this massive hack which affected Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Apple? Well, on the 1st of August, Graham Ivan Clark, a 17-year-old, was arrested in Tampa, Florida. The FBI said that he was the mastermind behind the massive hack. The FBI also announced charges against 2 co-conspirators. This included a 19-year-old from the UK named Mason Shepard, and also 22-year-old Nima Fazeli from Florida. So, how were they caught? Well, for one, they did an interview with the New York Times before getting caught. This likely did not help them stay anonymous. They also traced various financial payments to the hackers. So, kind of like with Al Capone, it was the IRS which caused them to go to prison. Commander X. By now, everyone knows the hacking group Anonymous. Many people like them as they hack for good, but governments do not. They're decentralized, meaning they don't have an official leader. But there is an unofficial leader known as Commander X. His real name is Christopher Doyon. He's been on the run from the FBI for more than 1 year. He has a Twitter account where he mocks those trying to catch him, and last year he even released a book all about his life. He detailed how he began hacking with the group Anonymous. He soon rose through the ranks on hacking forums and became their de facto leader. Commander X is famous for hacking the government website of Santa Cruz. This was in protest to Santa Cruz's treatment of the homeless. Also, when there were protests in Egypt, he hacked the Egyptian government. He stole all of the files relating to the population, and this meant that the government could not arrest any protesters. When he was doing this, he was actually homeless at the time. He used a San Francisco coffee shop to do his work in, and at night he would sleep in the alleyway behind it. Last year, though, the FBI said they wanted him in prison for 15 years. So that's why he escaped to Canada, where he lives today. Gary McKinnon. Gary McKinnon looks like an average guy. He's a 54-year-old man from Scotland. But in 2002, he was accused of perpetrating the biggest military computer hack of all time. Gary was actually looking for evidence of free energy suppression and a cover-up of UFO activity. He believes the public have the right to know about UFOs and aliens. Little did he know that in 2020, the US Army would confirm UFOs. But back in 2002, he found nothing from the hack. He was able to get into 97 US military and NASA computers. He did this in his girlfriend's aunt's house in London using the nickname Solo. He deleted many critical files from the military's operating systems. This shut down 2,000 US military computers for 1 whole day. He also posted a nice message on the military's website: "Your security is rubbish." The FBI said the hack cost $700,000 for them to fix. But although he was found out, he never actually went to prison. The UK blocked his extradition to the USA, and to this day he's never seen 1 day behind bars. Hector Monsiger. Hector Monsiger is the founder of the hacking group LulzSec. He was raised by his grandmother in a poor neighborhood in New York City. From an early age, he knew that he would have to start making some money. That's why he learned hacking and began stealing credit card data. But as he got older and more experienced, he began doing bigger and bigger hacks. He hacked into the website of the Tunisian Prime Minister. He did this to support protests which were going on in the country. Hector also hacked into News Corporation, one of the largest media companies in the world. He did all of his hacking under the pseudonym Sabu, but eventually he was identified by the anti-hacking company Backtrace Security. His luck then ran out when he decided to hack the FBI's website. The FBI knocked on his door the next day and said they knew he was behind thousands of hacks. He was going to be sentenced to 124 years in prison. So to avoid this, Hector became an FBI informant. So far, he's prevented around 400 hacks. These include hacks to the US government, military, and NASA. Kevin Mitnick. Kevin Mitnick may have carried out the most dangerous computer hack in history. That is because he nearly caused World War III. In 1989, he hacked NORAD. This is the North American Defense Command. He was able to get into top-secret missile defense systems, and his hack was the basis for the 1980s movie War Games. Eventually, he was caught by the FBI. He spent 5 years in prison, 8 months of which were in solitary confinement. But later on he changed his ways. He's now a computer security consultant. But it's a good thing this guy wasn't too evil, otherwise he could have literally launched nuclear missiles. Marcus Hutchins. For many years, Marcus Hutchins did lots of hacks, but ironically he was only ever caught after he stopped someone else from hacking thousands of people. He created some software which enabled him to steal passwords of internet users. He then quit school and began offering his services on the dark web. He developed software which stole banking data from thousands of people, but he was caught after he stopped the WannaCry virus. This was a virus which the US government says came from North Korea. It locked hundreds of thousands out of their files, and affected many businesses including hospitals in the UK and around the world. Marcus hacked WannaCry and disabled the virus, but this put him in the spotlight and he was arrested for his earlier crimes. His trial went on for many years and Marcus thought he would be spending life in prison, but instead the judge cleared Marcus of all charges. The judge said that while he did do bad things, he also saved the world from a terrible virus. It just goes to show even criminals can have a good side, and sometimes being good pays off. But now it's time to make your voice heard. Comment below who was the most scary hacker in this video. If you want some more amazing videos, then check out my second channel. But as always, thanks for watching. There are some more videos on screen right now. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.